screen is visible? Okay, fine. Let us start. I think we have to start with aromatic compounds. I mean the naming nomenclature of aromatic compounds. One moment, I'm just wondering. There are so many things on my screen, I'm not able to. Now I'm not going to revise back with respect to, we'll directly start with the topic which we had left last time. Yeah. Yeah, substituted benzene. We had completed this with other functional groups. Now coming to IUPAC nomenclature of substituted benzene. Monosubstituted benzene. Yeah, screen and everything is, yeah, properly seen. What about this chapter? The colleges must have started. This chapter is started in the college? Not yet, no? Okay, fine. What about the others? Suraj is there, Samir is there, Arya Mhatre is there. Okay, Suraj must have left the meeting. Samir, yes, they have started it. Okay, fine. Are you finding it easy? Now, since we have started with it, they may cover it very fast the way we are going. Okay, IUPAC nomenclature of substituted benzene, monosubstituted benzene. Before that, first of all, understand one thing. Benzene is, the structure of benzene is, first understand properly. Before that, they have not mentioned anywhere benzene. Now, normally, it is a cyclic compound. Benzene is slightly different from the, it belongs to the special class of aromatic compound because it has got a special stability. And it is very different from the compounds what we have studied, that is aliphatic compound and cyclic, other cyclic, alicyclic compounds what we have. Now here what you see is that benzene, let me draw the structure over here, try to understand that. Yeah, this is the structure of benzene. How many membered? It is 6-membered. I think we had in the beginning studied, and that time you all were asking me. And with alternate double bonds. Understand one thing. Supposing if I had to give the numbering to this is 1, sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now similarly, let me draw the structure over here. And the double bond, now I'm shifting it. Just have a look. Benzene can exist like this or it can exist like this. Fine. And when you're numbering it, you can number it as 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. See, the bond have been shifted. And remember, it is an alternate bond, double bond. Say, supposing this is, let me take it here, single, double, single, double, single, and then double. Here also you can see that double, single, double, single, double, and single. So it is alternately. And then if you cannot represent it like that, then it is actually the resonance hybrid of these two structures. That is, these structures, benzene can exist like this, as well as, that is, all the properties of benzene can be explained by making use of these two structures. They are called as canonical forms, and they are shown by double-headed arrow. Understand that in chemistry, arrows have very much importance. Say, for example, you are aware of this kind of an arrow, which is the reaction arrow. This kind of an arrow, which is called as an equilibrium arrow. This is called as double-headed arrow. Then you also will be learning some arrow which is called as, this is called as fish hook arrow. Fish hook arrow. It shows the movement of electron from one side. This is called as double barbed arrow. Double barbed arrow. So these are different arrows. There was a nice write-up in one of the papers on Resonance magazine on arrows itself. There are so many arrows in chemistry which have typical meaning. So now this arrow has got a meaning which is called as a double-headed, and this is then represented as with this circle. So normally benzene is represented in this kind of a form with a circle in between. If you feel that, okay, I'm not very comfortable representing this, um, so here, then that is, here, then you can mention it this way. Fine. Now coming to, have you understood so far that how to represent benzene and what does it denote? Okay. So now coming to about its properties and about its special features, it belongs to the class of aromatic compounds. They are studied differently. They are not included into your hydrocarbons along with alkanes, alkenes, alkynes. Benzene is highly unsaturated compound. It is unsaturated because if you look at benzene structure is, the molecular formula, you can see that C6H6, and the hydrocarbon formula, you know that it starts with CnH2n plus 2 is for saturated compounds. If you use CnH2n, that is unsaturated compounds, try to use benzene to fit into this. You will see that supposing if I put C6, then it becomes C6H12 should be the formula, but benzene is C6H6. Then if I try to take this alkyne formula, C6H2n minus, sorry, not C6, CnH2n minus 2, if I try, that is for alkyne, CnH2n minus this. So you can see that, try to put benzene again, C6H2n minus 2 will be 10 minus 2 will be what? 8, right? So 6 to the 12. 12 minus 2 will be 10. So you will have C6H10 if benzene, if you try. But benzene is not belonging to any of these unsaturated. So it is highly unsaturated. And you can see that in its structure, which we did just now, that here benzene has got 6 hydrogen atoms and 6 carbon atoms. All these are hydrogen atoms of benzene. Over here, what is not shown is hydrogen atoms of benzene. Now, during a reaction, you can understand that this is too much. Yeah. Are you following what I have said? Are you following about benzene? Special features of benzene? Am I audible? Okay. So your understanding, you all started from 12. Okay. You all started from 12th chapter. Okay. Arya says what? But not started. Okay. Samir class is started. Sankalpa, no, not visible. Fine. Okay. Now, so we are just talking about benzene structure, and then if you have understood those hydrogen atoms now, where are they? Where is it? These hydrogen atoms in a reaction will be replaced, and based on what is the replacement, it becomes a monosubstituted benzene. So, for example, if I this is the structure of benzene. Anyways, I can draw. Need not be that मी असंच ड्रॉ केलं पाहिजे किंवा मला असंच आलं पाहिजे असं नाही. ऑल्टरनेट डबल बॉन्ड्स असले पाहिजे एवढं लक्षात ठेवा. ओके, सो नाव आय एम पुटिंग दीज हायड्रोजन्स ओव्हर हिअर. आणि तुम्हाला हे नसेल असं काढायचं तो यू कॅन पुट इन सर्कल ऑल्सो. ओके, इनसाइड दिस यू कॅन पुट इन इट and I'm putting in hydrogen for all of these. So these are hydrogen. Now say for example, I am want to carry out a reaction and these are carbons. Over here you are having carbon which I have not shown. They are CC. Okay, carbon. And here you are. So this, if I in a reaction I'm not very happy with hydrogen only. Now I want to carry out I have carried out a reaction and from benzene after chlorination, you get chlorobenzene. Okay, now say supposing chlorobenzene, you know haloalkanes, how we say na chloroethane, chloromethane. Similarly, when benzene is being, one of the hydrogens is replaced by chlorine. Say for example, I'm using this red. Yeah, rest hydrogens are there. I'm not drawing it. Consider. So one of this hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. So this is benzene. And now I call this as chlorobenzene. Okay. So let us go to the textbook. What this is the basic idea which I wanted to give you, which I wanted you all to understand. After this, now we'll read from the book. If there is any difficulty, I will explain you. So far, have you understood? कळलं सगळ्यांना मला काय म्हणायचं ते, that benzene is typically different from your other compounds. Yeah. It is different from other alkane and alkenes what we studied. It is unsaturated. It belongs to the class of aromatic compounds. And in case when benzene has different groups in its ring, then how it is, what is how do you use IUPAC nomenclature? So let us see IUPAC nomenclature of substituted benzene. Now one is mono substituted. You can understand the term mono. Mono means what? One substitution, that there is only one substitution. The IUPAC name of monosubstituted benzene is obtained by placing the name of substituent as prefix to the parent skeleton, which is benzene, for example. So prefix means chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, like that. See, chlorobenzene. There, just now I showed you the same example. This is nothing but nitrobenzene. Here they are all the time showing it like this. Nitro, you can in the exam show it like this also. Just simple NO2. Okay. You need not show all this. Simple, and then bromine, chlorine, iodine here. So chlorobenzene, nitrobenzene, bromobenzene. See, benzene, it is always the suffix. Okay. And then you change the, and here you can see tertiary butyl benzene. This group is nothing but tertiary group, butyl group. How it is? Let us see over here. Say for example, you know tertiary. Okay, first let me put in benzene. Now here I'm putting a ring into it because I don't want to do again and again those bonds. So now see, supposing over here, I can put it anywhere over here. I can use need not be that only on the top. It can be here, it can be here, it is mono substituted. Okay, now what I will do is that tertiary butyl benzene. You know that normal butane is like this. Okay, C, 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 and C. That is here you put it with and remaining hydrogen. I'm not putting all that, but normal butane is this. But tertiary, it is secondary is CH3, CH, and CH3 and CH3. Okay, now this is your secondary butyl benzene. Now when this atom, this hydrogen is going, and it will be, so I remove this hydrogen over here. Now this becomes a tertiary, sorry, what am I putting in here? So this link over here, supposing this alkyl radical, if I attach it over here, I remove the hydrogen. Now this becomes tertiary butyl group. Why? Because there are four carbon atoms, and this carbon is attached to three different carbon atoms. So this is tertiary butyl group. Okay, this is tertiary butyl. Now, when you put it over here, then you can see that I'm not putting the CH3. Many a times, if you put it like this, it is assumed that it is methyl group. This group need not be. Don't consider this as H, but it is CH3, CH3. Okay, so it is the methyl group over here. Fine. Sometimes they don't write like the line formula. You remember we had done like this. So it is nothing but similar to the line formula. So I wanted you all to understand this. Okay, so this is the tertiary butyl group. Some monosubstituted benzenes have trivial names. Trivial means common names. Some which may show no resemblance with the name of the attached substituent. So here methyl group. For example, now let us see what it says, that the names which are in use are which have been common names. They may not show any resemblance with this, but still they have been used. For example, methyl benzene. Now this is nothing but methyl benzene. It is called as toluene. Amino benzene is called as aniline. So instead of normally methyl benzene, we don't say, we say toluene, we say aniline. When there is OH, then it is called as phenol. The common names written in the bracket are also used universally and accepted by IUPAC. So IUPAC nomenclature accepts these names, though they are not typically IUPAC. They are the common name. OCH3 is called as anisole. This is ether, ROR. This is ether. This is aldehyde, benzaldehyde. So this could be benzaldehyde. So here the IUPAC name of benzaldehyde is benzene carbaldehyde, but it is not said that way. It is said as benzaldehyde, and this is benzoic acid. Ideally, it should be said as benzene carboxylic acid. So, but these are all common names. They have been accepted. Are you following this? Have you understood what it is saying? See, what it says that typically benzene should be, that is, it should be used as the suffix. But nowadays there are so many, say for example, this is, we saw that, I think the thick line was better. So here when there is chlorine, it is called as chlorobenzene. When there is methyl CH3, it should be called as methylbenzene. Methylbenzene is actually the IUPAC name, but it is never used as methylbenzene. It is used as toluene. They use the term toluene. Okay. Then Another is supposing you have, supposing I use OH. This is hydroxybenzene. If you look at the IUPAC nomenclature, it should be a hydroxybenzene. But it is called as phenol. Okay. Supposing there is aldehyde group over here. CHO. Then it is called as benzaldehyde, common name, benzaldehyde. But actually IUPAC name should be benzene carb aldehyde. Benzene carb aldehyde. Benzene carbaldehyde. So these are certain trivial names of benzene which have been used also, which have been made. Have you understood so far? Is it clear? We have started with IUPAC names of benzene. Okay. Okay, fine. So let us go further. Any difficulty? What is carb? Means I have not understood. Carb. One moment. I'll explain you. See, carbaldehyde, it is called as aldehyde, no? So normally when it is uh, normally when it is like this carboxylic acid, it is derived from the term carboxylic acid. Say like this. Aldehydes are derived from acid. So this is called as anything like say benzene carboxylic acid. Benzene carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid. So from here, if you make this as aldehyde, now aldehyde, you know, please learn those. Te path karayla have. If you do not learn those the functional groups, then it will be very difficult for you. So you have to. So this is aldehyde. So from the acid, you have after reducing the acid, you are getting this. So that time, what you do is what you write it as benzene carbaldehyde. From carboxylic acid, so it is carbaldehyde. Aldehyde. Carboxamide. If it is amide, say for example amide. Amide is like this. Okay, supposing you know now amide is CONH2. Supposing if it is there, then it would be benzene carboxamide. Okay, not benzanamide. Okay, benzene carboxamide. Ideally, this is technically correct, but they use benzoic acid. You can still use the term benzoic acid, benzaldehyde. They are easier and they are used, but correct nomenclature is that way. Okay, so here that is what I see benzaldehyde, benzoic acid, that way. Okay, one moment. Now coming to if the alkyl substituent is larger than the benzene ring, now just see, benzene ring has got how many? 6 carbon atom. Now we opposite thing. Supposing if the now look at the chain. If this chain is more, 7 or more carbon atom, the compound is named as phenyl substituted alkane. So which means now just see the term benzene becomes phenyl, phenyl heptane. Now which is the parent? This becomes as the parent. So you can see that this is going to be the parent and this becomes as the prefix and this becomes the suffix. So S and this becomes the P. Okay, this is the parent chain, this becomes the substituent. So then in that case, what is the name? It is 2-phenyl heptane. It is 2-phenyl heptane. This becomes, because it is on the second carbon atom, what is the substituent? Now phenyl. Don't write 2-benzene heptane. 2-benzene heptane is not correct. Okay, 2-benzene nahi hai. It is 2-phenyl heptane. Okay. Also, here now just see, here 6 carbon atoms. So therefore this is now the substituent and this is the parent chain. So it is hexyl benzene. It is called as hexyl benzene. Fine. Let us, can we do some examples of benzene? I want to remove this. Say for example, should I put in? Okay. Can you tell me what is it? Can somebody tell me? Very true, very true. It is ethyl benzene. Correct. What else should I put in? You can see, what I'm writing over here. It is visible. I'm purposely writing so that I can see you all. Tell me the name of this compound. Samir, are you also with us? One moment. Let me see what you have put in. 3-phenyl. Bromo is on which carbon atom? Sankalpa. You are doing jaldi jaldi se, so you may lose marks. Everything is correct. Tell me, did you write? Let me see. Ha. 3-phenyl, 5-bromo. Just check it from both the again. Something else you have forgotten. What have you forgotten? Your name is still not correct. I will not give you marks, full marks for that. What is missing in your nomenclature? Numbering is correct. Something else is wrong. What is wrong? What comes first, B or P? B or P? Yes, then now rephrase your name. Yes. Again, between 3 bromo, 5 phenyl, eh? Hyphen wrong, correct. Samir, 3 bromo, 5 phenyl, hyphen, it should be 5 phenyl, preferences for phenyl group. So it will be 3 phenyl, but bromo is later on. So it will be because both are on the same side. Like if you look at it, that bromine is also, if you see from the third, and this is also from the. Are you following it? That was the reason why. So therefore, preference is given to phenyl group. Okay. That is it. See how careful you have to be. You cannot just put in, so you have to look from all the sides from which and then alphabetically. Are you following now? So when we take the examples, you're now come on, let us go to the next one. Where is it? Benzene ring can as well be considered as substituent when it is attached to an alkane with a functional group. So now here let us see 1-chloro here. This is one example. Now here 1-chloro 3-phenyl propane. You can see that the chain is smaller, and then you have phenyl methanol. Okay, that is benzyl alcohol. This is called as benzyl alcohol. Then 1-phenyl ethanol. This is the functional group. This is the substituent. So ketone, it is also called as acetophenone. It is commonly called as acetophenone. Okay. So these terminologies you will have to practice. Even if I tell you, there is nothing here that I can make you understand. पण इथे काही गणितासारख्या स्टेप्स नाही आहेत. एक लक्षात घ्या, इथे समजवताना मला इथे असं स्टेप्स वाईज हे नाही की हे असं हे असं. यहाँ इथे गणित गणित नाही आहे की ओके दिस इज द करेक्ट मेथड, दिस इज द करेक्ट मेथड यू हैव टू डू. हियर you will have to learn it. You will have to take old sheet, calendar, and then keep on practicing writing the name, the functional groups. All this needs to be done. So it is from your side that you have to take the initiative and start. फक्त लेक्चरला येऊन बसल्यानंतर सी संकल्प must be doing still, and in spite of that some small mistakes are happening. So Samir, if you do not practice, then it will be very difficult for you. Okay, so all of you all practice a lot. That is what you are organic chemistry is nothing but practice is required. After some time, it is a very volatile subject. Just like its compound, it is also volatile. So after some times you tend to forget. Okay. Fine. Now coming to, let's go further. Di-substituted benzene. Now what happens is, before we go further, let me just take down as on the board I normally explain you. Can you all, acha, let me come to your side. This is of no use. Can you tell me what is this? One two dichlorobenzene. Very correct. One two dichlorobenzene. True. Moment. Just like, okay. Then let me put in as, what is this? Four bromo. Why phenyl? Yes. See, I'm not teaching you. I want something to come from you so that I want you all to think. Then only I see the way you are doing it, and when you get it, you will get it sooner. Otherwise, what I'm teaching you over here, it is like Nandi Baraha ho 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 ho. Asa nahi hota kama. I want to extract from you. Nahi alat mi ahets, but I want you all to go in the right direction. Slowly, slowly, you will realize. 4 broma is correct. What is this called as? One moment. Do you remember what was this called as? 4 ब्रोमो क्लोराइड. समीर क्लोराइड कुठे आहे तिकडे? उगाच काहीतरी लिहू नको. ते प्रॅक्टिस नाही तर असंच होणार. तू जरा पण प्रॅक्टिस करत नाही, जरा पण बघत नाही असं मला वाटतं. एकदा का क्लास झाला की पुस्तक बंद करून ठेवतो, त्याच्याकडे जरा पण बघत नाही. संकल्प, टेल मी व्हॉट इज दिस कॉल्ड ॲज? Methyl benzene is also correct. 1 bromo. Aha. Now this is the functional group. Why? I'll tell you. This is called as toluene. This is called as toluene. Now tell me what is this? 4 bromo. This was correct. 4 bromo was correct, but 4 bromo toluene. Otherwise, it would be 4 bromo 1 methyl benzene, not 1 bromo 4 methyl benzene. Understand that? Halogens very lastly in this case. Okay. Uh, Fine. Now coming to, before now, this is something which you have to understand. हे अगदी लक्षात घ्या. मुलं ना पुढे सुद्धा जाम गोंधळ घालतात with respect to these positions. Okay. And if they don't know, even in the first year BSc, when they come, they are not very sure about it. See, H, 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 and H, and H. Okay. And this H. Now, I want some other color. Okay. This position 1 and 2 and 1 and 6 are called as ortho. Any substituent is called as, you can say for, I'll explain you that. It is called. Then this position 1 and 4. So here it is, ortho position is 1 and 2 and 1 and 6. Okay. Position 1, 4 is called as para. P-A-R-A. Which position? 1 and 4. And so that example which was there, it was para-bromotoluene. You could have called it as para. And this position is called as meta, not meta. 1, 3 and 1, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So position 1, 3 and 1, 5. Meta. Okay? Learn, I mean, remember this. Fine. So now this is the compound. Say, what is the name of this compound? Do you remember? Benzene with COH group, first understand. I'm removing this. I had put that. See, when I go there now, then I can't see all that. Is a benzoic acid, correct. And what was there at the 2 position? Very correct. Sankalpa is smart. Yes. I thought it was Samir. Sorry. Sankalpa is always answers. I thought it was Samir. Okay. So here you are COH. Sankalpa, you said that benzoic acid. Now there was Cl group over here. So how will you put it as? Give me the name of the compound. Just put 2 and 2 together. 2-chlorobenzoic acid. Very correct. But why I want this, 2-chlorobenzoic acid, I asked you again because I want you to put it this way also. Ortho-chlorobenzoic acid. Okay, that benzoic acid, but it is orthochloro when it is at the second position. Fine. So that is orthochloro. Similarly, if you have a compound like this, same I'm taking example. What is this? Again, this is also orthoiodobenzoic acid because it is at the 6th position. Okay, supposing, yeah, orthoiodobenzoic acid, very correct. Now, supposing you have NO2 over here, how would you name it as? Samir, are you following? Arya, are you following this? If you all are not following, please tell me. Is it ortho? Now see the position. Now see the position. One, meta nitrobenzoic acid. So similarly, I'm removing this. इसको क्या बोलोगे बच्चा? What will you call this as? Metachlorobenzoic acid. Very correct. Metachlorobenzoic. Yes, ma'am. I'm following my network problems, so my messages have been sent late, but I'm writing in my book. Okay, fine, fine. No space between. Okay, yes. Metachloro. That's fine. That's fine. But have you are understanding? Okay, I'm happy, Arya. It's okay. As long as you understand, even if you don't answer, that is okay. But I should know that whether people are understanding or not. Fine. And Samir, sometimes Acha, Samir is out of this, I suppose. Now only two of us are there. Okay. Now this is a COH. I'm taking example as this will be same example I'm taking. This is that was CHC. Now what is this? Para-bromobenzoic acid. Good. So you have understood what is ortho, meta, and para. Now let us go back to our chapter so that what they have to say, let us look into it. Common names of three possible isomers of substituted benzene derivatives are given using one of the prefixes ortho, meta, and para. IUPAC system, however, uses the numbering instead of the prefixes. Okay, so here some example, just like now here 1,2-dichlorobenzene, that is ortho-dichlorobenzene. 1,2-dichlorobenzene you have, then 1,3-dichlorobenzene, 1,4-dichlorobenzene. If two substituents are different, then they enter in alphabetical order. Okay, so now 1 bromo 4 iodobenzene, 1 bromo 4 because B is coming before I. Here it is 1 chloro 3 nitrobenzene. Okay, yeah, para bromo iodobenzene, meta chloro nitrobenzene. Para bromo iodobenzene, meta chloro, that is meta position chloronitrobenzene. Para bromo, when you say, it is understood that it is something is on the fourth position. If one of the two substituent gives special name to the molecule, then the compound is named as the derivative of that special compound, like toluene, phenol. We saw it just now, no? So that way. So here you are, 2-chloroaniline or orthochloroaniline. This is the special name. This is known as aniline. You know this is known as toluene. I had asked you this, 3-nitrotoluene. Then this is 3,4-bromophenol. Okay, so ortho, meta, and para can be used for disubstituted benzenes. Monosubstituted, it is not used. Please understand. The common mistake made by the students is that, सी बऱ्याच वेळेला काय होतं की मुलांना असं वाटतं की बेन्झीन दिस इज बेन्झीन मग दिस इज ऑर्थो दिस इज सॉरी say supposing there is a substituent chlorine, then the students will say this is orthochlorobenzene. No, the position of ortho becomes with respect to something. It should be for di substituted. Supposing now, so this is only monochlorobenzene. If you have to write it as, it is write as monochlorobenzene. Then if you write it, if this is there and if you put in Cl over here, then students say metachlorobenzene. Again wrong. Because with respect to what? There has to be something, then only you can say that it is metachlorobenzene. Otherwise, it is again monochlorobenzene. As long as there is no substituent, this position is substituent one, given number one. Another one is that this here. Again, students say this is para-bromobenzene. Why? Because they feel that it is a, but again this is monobromobenzene only. Is it, are you following it just now what I told you? Have you understood? Please type yes if you have understood. If you have not understood, please ask question. Okay, so mono-substituted benzene, there is no orthopara meta. For di-substituted benzene, there is orthometa para. Have you understood? So let me go further. Then there are special names for benzene which you have to remember. Okay, now let us go to the tri-substituted benzene derivatives. Okay, if more than two substituents are attached to the benzene ring, now we saw numbers, then numbers are used to indicate the relative position following the alphabetical order and lowest locant rule. In some cases, common name of benzene derivative is taken as the parent compound. So let us see here again. Now this here lowest, this numbering has to be given the lowest possible. So 1, 2, 3 is there. 3 bromine are there, but now you will have to start from the where it is. So if you start from this, then only you get the lowest one. So here you are 1, 2, 3 is not there, 4. So this is 1, 2, 4 tribromobenzene. If you try it this way, supposing you can try it. If you try it this way, supposing you give number 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this becomes 5. So this is not the correct numbering. Okay. Then let us see that if you try from here 1, 2, no, 2, then this becomes 3 and this becomes 4. So again, this is not the lowest numbering. So again, this is wrong. So the lowest possible numbering is this only, and therefore you are getting. Then similarly here you can see that 1-chloro-2,4 dinitrobenzene, 1-chloro-2,4 dinitrobenzene. Then here you have CH3 group. But there are only two CH3 groups, so it is 4 bromo 1, 2 dimethyl benzene, 1, 2 and 4 bromo. So 4 bromo 1, 2 dimethyl benzene. That is how it is. Then here now you can see that 2 chloro 1 methyl 4 nitrobenzene. Instead of that, you can also called as, this can be considered as toluene, and this can be called as then 2 chloro 4 nitro toluene. There is no need to put in 1 methyl benzene, 2 chloro 4 nitro toluene. Here you have 2 chloro 4 nitrophenol. See, 2 chloro, because this group with benzene is called as phenolic group. Then you have aniline. So here it is 2,4,6 tribromoaniline. This is anisole. So it is 2 chloro 4 methyl anisole. That is the name. Have you understood so far? Is it clear? You will have to read, but you will have to practice a lot. So have you understood? Sankalpa has understood. Okay. So shall I go further? Just give me 5 minutes because I started late. So let me just take your 5 minutes. I'm sorry about it. 5 to 7 minutes I'll take. Okay. Yeah. So now let us go further. Here you are. Isomerism activity. Yeah, this I will show you with model next time. Observe the structural formula 1 and 2. Here you can see 1 and 2. Find out their molecular formula. What is the difference between them? What is the relation between the uh, compounds represented by this formula? This will deal about how it is, because here I need some model also. So nomenclature is, I think it's been stopped now. It's done. So here now we talk about isomerisms in this case. So let me just look at now what is isomerism? The phenomena of existence of two or more compounds possessing the same molecular formula is known as isomerism. That is, they have the same molecular formula but different structural formula. Such compounds are known as isomers. Two types of isomerism are observed in the organic chemistry. That is structural isomerism and stereoisomerism. That is, they have same molecular formula but different structural formula. When two or more compounds have same molecular formula but different structural formulae, it is called as structural isomerism. So this is structural. On the other hand, when different compounds have the same structural formula but different relative arrangement of groups in space, then it is called as stereoisomerism. Then it is called as stereoisomerism. That is, they have a different arrangement in space. In space only you have different arrangement of groups, then it is called as stereoisomerism. In this chapter, we are going to look at some details of only structural isomerism. So you can see that we'll talk about structural isomerism. That is, here, what does it say? Structural isomerism and stereoisomerism. If you have to look at it, let me just explain you. Say, for example, molecular formula is same, but they have either the arrangement in space. Say, for example, okay. Fine. So now you can see what is, can you tell me the formula of this and formula of this compound? There are, I'm not wasting time asking you because already I am. So here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, C4. How many hydrogen atom? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So H10. Same thing, let us check out over here. Here also you have C4, H10. So molecular formula is the same, but arrangement is different. Structural formula is different. You can see that. That is, here it is secondary, that is CH3 group is on the second carbon atom, and here it is normal. So this is isobutane. So here you are having that the structural formula is different. So this is called as structural isomerism. That is, having the same molecular formula but different arrangement in space, different structural formula. Now another formula is, say for example, I will show you this. Say for example, this compound. This is called as a tetrahedral carbon atom. Carbon is always tetrahedral, that is. And here, if you have Br, I, and Cl. Now, this compound also has, supposing this is a mirror. For example, your hands. If you put them in front of each other, then you can see that they are mirror images. आपल्या हाताचे जे तळवे आहेत ते दोन्ही एकमेकांसमोर धरले तर ते mirror images आहेत. But if you try to superimpose means one hand you keep it on the other, it is non-superimposable. Such compounds are called as stereoisomer. That is, they have a different arrangement in space. So in the mirror, this is something as mirror image of this. I'm trying to put in the mirror image of this. Okay, so here you are. This is the mirror image of this. If you try to pick it up from here, if you try to pick this up from here, and if you try to put it on here, you will see that this H and H is matching, but your Br and Cl are not matching. I will match on this, but just like our hands. Okay, so this is called as stereoisomerism. This stereoisomerism is the arrangement in space. It is not arrangement of the structure. Isomerism. It is arrangement how this is arranged three-dimensionally. That is called as stereoisomerism. And whereas the first one what we saw was structural isomerism. So stereoisomerism and structural isomerism, these are two different aspects. Here we are going to only deal with structural isomerism. Is it clear? Have you understood? So I had just started little 5 minutes late, so I have taken your 5 minutes. Okay, so thank you very much. Next time we'll continue from here. We have done the nomenclature part of it, but now it is your sankalpa. You are doing it, but the problem is that you're making some silly mistake. It is like mathematics and scoring part. In particularly, if you're wanting to go for different entrance exam, organic chemistry nomenclature also they it can be scoring topics. So therefore, don't make silly mistakes over there. And organic chemistry, in fact, is a scoring topic, and there are many. Sometimes it is highly volatile. That is, you need to keep practicing. So please concentrate on that. And but if you understand and if you get it done, if it comes in your grip, then nothing like it. You will score so much marks in that. Okay. So, anyways, Arya, you to practice that, and if you have any difficulty, let me know. Fine. So, good night. Take care.